If you love your natural hair and you want to prevent it from breakage, excessive shedding, you want to grow your edges back, you want to prevent your scalp from dandruff, this DIY you're about to watch how to make is for you. These two are for both the length of the hair and the scalp. I made everything together initially, then I separated the one I want to use for my scalp from it and added one extra ingredient that I don't want to use on my scalp, but for the length of my hair alone. So keep on watching to see how I made it and how I use it. If you learned anything new from the video and you find it helpful, please like the video, share with someone, and drop a comment for me as well. If you want to talk to me one-on-one concerning your hair, you can reach me on Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok. Enough of the talking, let's get into the video. Get a clean and dried bowl. Clean and dried bowl. Make sure the bowl is clean and there is no water in it. The first ingredient for today is amla powder. I'll be using 1.5 tablespoons of amla powder because of the quantity of the butter that I'm making. If you are making less, reduce the amount. If you are making more, you increase the amount. The amount you use depends on the quantity of butter you are making. Next is mint powder. You can also use the dried mint leaf or the fresh one. Or if you have a mint oil already, a very effective mint oil, you can use it instead of using the powder if you don't have it. Next, I'll be using any oil of my choice. In this video, I'm using my recently made hair growth oil. You can use anyone. You can use just olive oil, coconut oil, anyone that you have. You must not use a herbal infused oil like I did. The benefit of using herbal infused oil is that I'll get the benefit of those herbs already infused in the oil instead of adding those herbs individually. That is why most of the times I love to make my herbal infused oils in large quantities so that we be able to use it for other purposes. Next, I'm going to add shea butter. So after adding the oil to the amla and the mint powder, I mix everything together to make sure it is well dissolved because I'll be using another method to melt the butter with the ingredients together. I added 2 tablespoons of the shea butter. This time, I'm not going to melt it and refrigerate it before I mix them together. I'm just going to go straight and whip it. That is because the butter is quite soft because the weather is a bit hot. I guess that is why it's on the soft side today. So I will mix everything together very well until it turns fluffy. Okay, let me explain the normal method of doing this. After adding all your ingredients to the bowl, you add your shea butter and you melt it. You can melt it using the double boiler method or in your microwave. After melting, you make sure everything is well combined together by mixing them and then you leave it to solidify. You can put it in the fridge or in the freezer to speed up the process. I didn't do all of that today because there was absolutely no need for it. I added a lot of oil to mine because I'll be using it on my scalp. After mixing for a while, it was still too thick for me, so I'm going to add more oil. I want it to be on the lighter side because of the one I'll be using on my scalp. I'm going to mix that to combine it very well again and until the butter turns fluffy. At this time, you can decide to use a spoon or fork if you don't have a hand mixer. I like to use a hand mixer if I'm making it in larger quantity, but if I'm making small amounts for myself like this, I prefer to just mix it with a spoon. If I'm okay with the consistency of the butter, I'm going to separate the one for my scalp from it before I add the other ingredients for the other parts. I'm going to be adding Sheavy powder to continue making for the one for the length of my hair. But before then, I'm going to quickly separate the one I'll be using for my scalp. Because I don't use Sheavy for my scalp, the experience I got from it was not pleasant at all. I don't use it for my scalp because of that. So I'm quickly going to take out about 1.5 tablespoon or 1 tablespoon of the butter, I'll transfer it into an airtight container. I always stress airtight container because if you're making your butter, your oil or whatsoever, your grease, and you don't keep them in an airtight container, it will get spoiled very easily. I have experienced them a lot of time when I started making my own DIYs. That is why I always stress on airtight container. It helps to keep your DIYs for a longer time. Because I've seen comments where people complain that their hair grease and butter go bad in just a week. And I always reply that it's because you're not using an airtight container, because you don't cover it. This one I'm making right now, even without preservative, I can keep them for over 2 months. It will not get spoiled. Another thing that helped me preserve them for a long time without preservative is not letting it come in contact with water. Once it comes in contact with water, the possibility of it getting bad is very high. After making everything and whenever I use from it, I always keep them in a cool and dry place. The Sheavy powder I have left is about 1 tablespoon and I used all of them. I have talked about this product of Sheavy powder before, this Lux Fume Sheavy powder. It is really good. It is one of the best Sheavy powder I have used since I started using it. I mean, it is one of the Sheavy powder products that I have used and I really like it. This is not an advert. It is something that I bought with my money that really works for me. I have used different brands of Sheavy powder. I have never used anyone that is as good as this particular one, this Lux Fume Sheavy powder. If there is any other brand of Sheavy powder that you have used that is okay for you, please recommend it in the comments below. I would love to try it. After mixing the Sheavy powder and the butter together, I'm going to transfer that into the Sheavy powder container. There is no need of using any other container when I have this one here, and this one is really cool because the cover fits so well. I know you might be wondering why I did not add essential oils, because I usually do. That is because I have a lot of essential oils in my herbal infused oil already. I mean, I have a lot of essential oils in the oil I use in mixing the shea butter. So there is no need for me to add extra essential oil. That will be product abuse. The one in the small container is for my scalp, and the one in the Lux Fume container is for the length of my hair. If you have been watching my videos before now, you would know that I don't use butter on my scalp. That is because I feel it is too heavy for my scalp. I will explain why I decided to use it on my scalp this time. So after filling everything into the container, I have this one left in the bowl. I'm going to use that one first because the container was too small to take everything, and I'm about to actually moisturize my hair, so I'll just use it. The one left in the bowl is the one containing the Sheavy powder, so I'll just use it on the length of my hair right away. Before using the butter, I have already hydrated my hair. I have already sprayed in water into my hair. I did not record that part because I'll be wasting too much of your time. After hydrating, you can use a leave-in conditioner before you finally seal in the moisture with this hair growth butter if you're making it for yourself. But in this video, I decided to seal in the moisture straight away after hydrating my hair. I did not use a leave-in conditioner. I'll apply that from the root to the tips of my hair, avoiding my scalp. And I'm avoiding my scalp this time because of the Sheavy powder. I told you earlier that the experience I got the first time I used it on my scalp was not pleasant at all. And since then, I have been avoiding my scalp whenever I'm using Sheavy powder. After applying it on the length of my hair, I'm going to braid each section just to keep the moisture trapped in. Whenever I'm using a DIY that contains Sheavy in it, this has always been my routine and it has been working for me. I'll either braid the section, twist it, or put it in a bantu knot to keep the Sheavy powder or the product trapped into my hair. I learned that from the women of Shad because that is how they use Sheavy powder on their hair. Sheavy prevents hair dryness and breakage because it helps your hair to retain moisture. I started using Sheavy powder last year and I tell you that Sheavy powder is really good. if you get the original one, because there are a lot of other powders out there that the sellers call Sheavy powder, but actually they are not Sheavy powder. I said so because they don't even do anything that Sheavy powder is supposed to do. I have tried some of them before I finally tried this Luxfilm product, and it was good. This Luxfilm is not even 100% Sheavy powder. There are other Ayurvedic herbs added to it. I have tried to source for the pure Sheavy powder, but I end up buying something else. They end up sending something else in the name of Sheavy powder. So I have decided to just keep on using this Luxfilm until I get a trusted brand that I can buy Sheavy powder from. After applying the Sheavy powder on each section, I'll braid it and then tuck the tips of the braid in to prevent it from touching my body and also to trap in moisture there. You know that the ends of the hair are the oldest part and you need to always keep them protected. As for the one in this small container, I'll be using that to massage my scalp once or twice every week. I will not be using too much of it because of the butter. I decided to use it this way with the butter because I want to use the amla on my scalp. And I don't want to make oil right now because I have a lot of hair growth DIYs at home. There is no need of making extra oil and add to it. So I decided to opt for butter because even with the butter, I will not have to strain the particles of the amla out before I use it. You can actually strain it out if you want, but I chose to use it that way. To see how I use the other one on my scalp, just stick around because you definitely see me using it in one of my videos that are coming up soon. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more amazing videos like this, please subscribe to my channel and turn your notification bell on so you will not miss out on any of those videos. See you in my next one.